It was built over a swamp in the year 1150. There's the Leaning Tower of Pistoia in Italy, whose foundation is only 3 meters deep. But then, it stood at an exact slant, defying gravity, for the past 800 years. And the city of Venice, built 1,000 years ago, was built over water. But that project dating back 1,000 years, whose construction brought all the difficulties of the world together, still stands majestically today, having weathered every storm for the past 400 years. The most beautiful and magnificent monument in human history. The most complex and difficult engineering project is none other than the Taj Mahal in India. Construction began in 1631, after the death of Shah Jahan's wife, Mumtaz Mahal, and it was completed 22 years later, in 1653. From the design to the construction of the Taj Mahal, remarkable engineering techniques were used. Keeping such a massive structure standing for centuries in this marshy area along the Yamuna River, where any ordinary building could easily sink, is nothing short of a feat. Furthermore, its leaning minarets, the marble, and the intricately carved stonework are truly remarkable, the exquisite inlay work carved from precious stones. And the calligraphy, which appears to be the same size from top to bottom. And then there are its remarkable optical illusions, also known as the shrinking illusion. The Taj Mahal appears enormous from outside the gate, but as you approach it, it shrinks. This is evident during the day that it also changes its color with sunlight. Forget about color, even when it was created, care was taken to ensure that the Taj Mahal would not appear blurred in the reflection of water. The fountains installed in the ponds in front were also designed so that when they operated, the Taj Mahal's reflection would not be blurred in the waves. There is not the slightest doubt that the Taj Mahal dates back only 400 years. It's a state-of-the-art design, even in today's modern era of modern computers and structural engineering. It's said that Shah Jahan had the hands of the 2,000 artisans who built it 4 centuries ago cut off so they could never create such a masterpiece again. There's no truth to this claim, but if someone wanted to rebuild the Taj Mahal today, would it really be possible? And if it were, what would the total cost be in today's times? Let's explore it step by step. Let's look at the calculations one by one. First, let's talk about the foundation. The most important part of any megastructure is its foundation. In the case of the Taj Mahal, the world's leading engineers were stunned when they saw that this structure, weighing millions of tons, stood not on solid ground but on a swamp. The Taj Mahal was built right on the banks of the Yamuna River, where the soil. It is always wet and marshy. If an engineering firm were asked today to build such a structure on the riverbank, without a concrete foundation, no one would be willing to offer it. But in 1632, Mughal engineers developed a technique that even in today's concrete era, it holds up like a miracle. Mughal engineers first dug thousands of deep wells in this marshy area. They kept digging until they found solid ground beneath. Then, thick logs of precious wood like aquamarine and mahogany were fitted inside these wells. Aquamarine and mahogany are woods that, if deprived of water, melt into powder. But the more water they absorb, the more they become solid and strong, like steel. River water continued to flow into these wells, making them harder than stone. Then these wells were filled with soil, lime, etc. It was filled with lime and various tree resins. The exact number of these wells is unknown to this day, but according to some historical records, at least 25 and as many as 1,000 wells were dug for the Taj Mahal's foundation. A highly solid stone platform was then erected above these wells. This is why, for the past 400 years, this wood has kept the Taj Mahal from moving even an inch. But if we were to build a replica of the Taj Mahal today, on the banks of the Yamuna, in exactly the same place, would we dig wells again or add wood? In today's times, neither would we find such quality wood, nor do modern construction rules allow us to lay a wooden foundation on the river bank. So, how would such a massive foundation be built? First, heavy drilling machines would bore 150 feet deep into the ground, until solid bedrock is found underneath. The Taj Mahal itself covers 42 acres, but the structure is built on 3 acres. Considering only this area, a strong foundation requires 600 holes, each 1.5 meters wide. Each hole will then have a 10-foot gap between them, which is the perfect gap according to modern engineering. Then, within those holes, steel piles or steel bars will be driven in, and then each hole will be filled with water-resistant concrete. Once these surface pillars or piles have dried, a 5-meter thick concrete slab will be poured over them. This means an area of 3 acres and a thickness of 5 meters. This amounts to 6,700 cubic meters of concrete. To estimate how much concrete is this, consider that filling this one slab would require more than 7,500 large concrete trucks lined up to supply the concrete. Let's now consider the cost of this foundation. The coffer dam, built on 42 acres to prepare the land to prevent water from reaching the construction site, alone will cost $20 million. After that, the cost of over 600 steel piles, 1.5 meters thick, and waterproof concrete, comes to around $100 million in today's money. Then, the solid platform, which requires millions of cement bags and thousands of mixer trucks, would cost around 130 million rupees today. So, if we total the entire foundation, it would cost approximately 250 million rupees. That's 22 billion Indian rupees and 70 billion Pakistani rupees. Imagine, not even an inch of white marble has been laid above the ground, and so much has already been spent that if there are no obstacles in the process, it will easily take 2 years. After the foundation, it is time for the structural framework and the Taj Mahal's unique white marble. Looking at the Taj Mahal, it appears as if this mountain-like structure is built from solid blocks of white marble stacked one on top of the other. However, the Taj Mahal is not entirely made of marble inside. Its actual walls are made of red bricks and lime mortar. The white marble is merely the casing, used to conceal the bricks in the form of slabs. The purpose behind this was not to deceive people. In fact, if Mughal engineers had built the entire Taj Mahal from solid marble, 2 major problems could have arisen. First, the building would have weighed so much that the foundation would have been insufficient to support it. Because while a red brick weighs 3 kilograms, a marble brick of the same size weighs 5.5 kilograms, meaning 83% more. Secondly, at that time, marble wasn't being extracted in such large quantities anywhere in the world. Therefore, the entire structure was first built with bricks, and then it was time to cover it with white Makrana marble. Mughal engineers had to source the marble from Makrana, a region of Rajasthan, 300 kilometers from Agra. Not only did the marble have to be transported, but roughly 7,000 tons of marble had to be cut into smaller pieces. The Mughal Empire created a massive transport network of over 1,000 elephants and thousands of bullock carts for this task. Each heavy stone would take months to transport. Furthermore, as the Taj Mahal structure was being completed, they also built a 9-kilometer-long earthen ramp to transport the stones, using elephants to drag them up the hill. But if we had to rebuild this structure and its marble casing today, what would the process be, and how expensive would it be? Today, the Taj Mahal structure would be built not with bricks but with reinforced concrete, which might not pose such a significant problem. But the biggest headache would still be the marble. Today, authentic Makrana marble has become the most expensive and limited stone in the world. There are 400 mines in Makrana, and if all of them were to abandon their work and start cutting marble for the Taj Mahal simultaneously, it would take 28 weeks. To extract such a large quantity of high-grade marble, we would need to install diamond wire saws within the stone quarry. These are heavy-duty machines that use diamond-coated wire. They break the very heart of the stones. If we are to complete this project in the next 5 years, we will have to run 250 such machines continuously, day and night. These machines will require 20 megawatts of electricity to operate. This means that in 5 years, the electricity consumption will be equal to the annual consumption of the entire Maldives, 864,000 megawatt hours. Moving beyond stone cutting, if we consider its transportation, it will take more than 1,100 trucks to transport 70 tons of marble from Makrana to Agra. During this 7 to 8 month transport operation, a truck will arrive at the construction site every 15 minutes. Now let's understand the estimated cost of all this. The steel and concrete framework for the Taj Mahal's grey structure will cost approximately 150 million Indian rupees. Speaking of marble, the cost of leasing Makrana's deepest remaining mines, its extraction, and the more than 70% of the marble that goes to waste, add up to $550 million. Diamond cutting and their 5-year electricity bill cost at least $300 million, and the transportation of 1,100 trucks cost $80 million. In total, building the infrastructure and arranging the marble will cost $1,080 million. Indian $2.6 billion, Pakistani $3.2 billion. Rupees. The foundation is ready, along with the marble and precious stones, and the structure itself. But the most dangerous and interesting part of this video remains. The work that no modern machine, 3D printer, or laser technology can accomplish even today. Anchikari means handcraft. The colorful flowers on the walls of the Taj Mahal are not ordinary paintings, they are carved and fitted with precious stones within the marble. This complex art is called Payatradora or Prachinkari. During the Mughal era, thousands of artists from across India, Persia, Iran, and Central Asia were recruited for this work. The Payatradora method involves first drawing a flower outline in white marble and then cutting a mold to its exact size, just a few millimeters deep. Then, another precious stone of the exact same shape is fitted inside the mold and rubbed until there is not even a hair's breadth of space between the edges of the two stones. Today, we have laser cutting machines that perform digital cutting. But the human eye's ability to capture the fineness, roundness, and natural lines of the stones is something even modern machines cannot achieve. If we want to achieve a look exactly like the one from the Mughal era, if the work is to be done, handwork is essential, along with machines. But the problem is, where will so many artists be found in today's world? To achieve this, 5,000 artists will have to be gathered from around the world. The machines will only cut the edges, while the finishing and fitting of the stone within the marble will be done by hand. The 5-year labor of 5,000 artists and workers, including their living expenses, amounts to at least $180 million. Furthermore, the setup for cutting the stones using machines costs $40 million. This entire artwork will cost $220 million, 20 billion Indian rupees and 60 billion Pakistani rupees. After the antiques, if you look closely at the 4 minarets of the Taj Mahal, they hold within them a significant secret of 17th century engineering. They appear to be standing straight at 90 degrees, but this is merely an optical illusion. In reality, all 4 minarets are tilted outward at an angle of 0.5 degrees. Mughal engineers deliberately maintained this tilt, and experts can think of 2 reasons for this. One is to prevent the minarets from collapsing inward and damaging the structure in the event of an earthquake. The other is to satisfy the human eye. If they were at 90 degrees, then when viewed from a distance, the minarets would appear to be leaning inward, they would appear tilted, a geometric optical illusion. To eliminate this illusion of the human eye, they had already tilted them slightly outward. In today's times, giving minarets such a precise angle is not a big deal. However, the construction of 4 43-meter-high minarets would cost at least $100,000, not including the cost of marble. So, our final bill comes to approximately $1.6 billion. 150 billion Indian or 500 billion Pakistani rupees. An important point here is that this is just the cost of building the structure. It does not include the cost of purchasing the 42 acres of land, nor the cost of the gardens, pools, and fountains within the compound. If we consider the cost of the land alone, the cost would easily reach $2 billion. According to official Mughal records, 400 years ago, the Mughal Empire spent a total of $20 million Mughal rupees on the Taj Mahal. At that time, 1 Mughal rupee was so powerful that it could buy 40 to 50 kilograms of rice. Calculated from this angle, 1 rupee at that time is equivalent to $140 today. That means 4 billion Indian rupees. In reality, the Mughal Empire spent much more than this. Official records also prove that at that time, the Taj Mahal cost 15% of the Mughal Empire's total income. At that time, the Mughal Empire's annual income was 20 Indian rupees to 25 Indian rupees crore. It's quite astonishing that a sultanate would spend 15% of its income just to honor someone's memory. Would any country today invest 15% upon stone? They captured the entire passion of the world's richest sultanate within this white marble. As for whether the Taj Mahal can be rebuilt, technically, it is possible, but such passion can rarely be rekindled. The Taj Mahal could only be built once in the world, and that's it. I hope you like and share this. Thank you so much for your lovely comments. See you in the next great video.